Have you ever noticed how silence can hurt more than harsh words? When someone ignores you, your messages, your presence, your emotions, it feels like invisible rejection. But behind that silence lies a story, not always about you, but often about them, their fears, control, and hidden emotions. Chapter 1. The avoidance reflex. Psychologists describe ignoring as a self-protection behavior, a person's attempt to avoid emotional discomfort. When communication feels risky or confrontational, the brain activates an avoidance reflex. It's not always cruelty. Sometimes it's a silent cry of, "I can't handle this now." Philosopher reference. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The one who ignores may be struggling with how to react. Chapter 2. The need for control and attention. Sometimes silence is a form of control, an attempt to shift emotional power. Ignoring gives the illusion of dominance, especially when someone feels insecure. Psychology calls this intermittent reinforcement, where attention and silence are used to create uncertainty. Philosopher reference. Nietzsche wrote, "The most common form of human stupidity is forgetting what one is trying to do." Ignoring others often masks confusion, not strength. Chapter 3. The fear of confrontation. Many people don't ignore because they hate, but because they fear. Fear of judgment, rejection, or emotional exposure can make silence feel safer than truth. Philosopher reference. Søren Kierkegaard said, "Anxiety is the dizziness of freedom." When faced with emotional honesty, many retreat into silence rather than fall into vulnerability. Chapter 4. The mirror of silence. What ignoring reveals about the ignorer. Silence is often mistaken for absence, but in truth, it is a language, one that speaks volumes about both the speaker and the listener. When someone ignores you, it's not always about you. Often it's a mirror reflecting their inner conflicts. Psychology calls this the avoidance mechanism, a defense built to protect one's emotional equilibrium. People ignore others not just to punish, but sometimes to preserve themselves. It can arise from fear of confrontation, guilt, unresolved attraction, or the discomfort of vulnerability. In ignoring you, they're also avoiding what you awaken inside them. Philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche once wrote, "What we choose to ignore in others is often what we cannot face within ourselves." This truth reveals something profound. Their silence might not be rejection, it might be a projection. Every human carries emotional wounds, and sometimes your presence unintentionally touches a bruise they've kept hidden for years. Socrates taught that understanding begins when one admits, "I know that I know nothing." If you respond to being ignored with self-awareness instead of ego, you gain mastery over your emotional reactions. You stop trying to decode others and start decoding yourself. The key, as psychology emphasizes, is detachment with awareness, seeing the behavior, not taking it personally. Their silence might stem from emotional immaturity, guilt, or internal chaos that has nothing to do with your worth. As Marcus Aurelius said in Meditations, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been." When you respond to being ignored with calm introspection, you transform pain into power and silence into self-mastery. Being ignored doesn't always mean you're unimportant. It often means the other person is fighting a battle within themselves. Your peace begins the moment you stop chasing noise and start understanding silence.